You're watching a segment of The Splash, Greater West Bloomfield's news magazine show.
Welcome back to The Splash. I'm Sheena Monnin, and here with me on the show this week is Kelly Lekas, reading consultant at Scotch Elementary School. Kelly, I'm so glad you're here today to talk about one of my favorite topics, and that is reading.
Thank you for having me today. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm excited because reading is so fundamental. It is so essential, but with summer approaching, how do we keep the momentum for kids? How do we get them engaged in reading?
Awesome, and thank you for having me here because it is a topic that's near and dear to my heart too with reading. It's so important once school is done and we're there for summer vacation to still be reading every day over the summer. And there's lots of things we can be doing through the summer that we'll talk about to help kids stay engaged. But the most important thing to remember is it is important for kids to read. Research shows that students will lose the skills that they gain through the school year if they don't keep practicing and reading every day. Just like what we do with sports, we have to keep our skills up and be practicing every day. Well, we have to do the same thing with reading.
Wow, that's amazing to think about. I didn't really think about it that way. It's kind of like a mental muscle, especially at that age. You have to keep exercising it.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. Thinking about summer readings, are there programs or suggestions that you can make to get kids going or keep the momentum going?
Absolutely. One thing that comes to mind are our public libraries. They are so good at providing summer reading programs for kids.
Oh, wow.
So to keep them engaged in reading, keep them motivated. So signing up your child for the summer reading program at the library is great. Making sure they have a library card so they can be checking out library books often to get the kinds of books that they would like to read about. Also, it's important for kids to take that initiative and be reading every day. Something that will help them is if they set that time every day when they're going to do it. Get it into a routine, find a spot where you like to read, and make sure you're doing it all the time, every day. Also, parents can be helping. They're a great resource. First of all, parents just need to be modeling that reading every day for children. When kids see them reading, that's showing them too that reading's important, and kids that see that will tend to read more as well. But it's also important that parents read with their children every day as well.
Yeah.
And setting aside that time to read with them, talk about the books, engage them in a discussion about what they're reading, talk about what they learned, what did they learn from the characters, or if they're reading informational text, what did they learn from it, and ask them questions just to engage them and also help that comprehension. When we read with kids, we're helping them both with having them make comprehension skills to make inferences, drawing conclusions, asking questions, helping them with fluency, but also too helping them with word recognition of books.
So vocabulary.
There you got it. Language, absolutely. So that just increases for them too and continues to build those skills for them over the summer. And just showing them that you love to read too. That's the important part, is modeling that love for reading.
Absolutely, and I can think of a lot of busy parents that I know they may be thinking, I don't have time, but the truth is we all have 24 hours in a day.
Right.
Maybe we don't do the social media scrolling thing. Maybe we pick up a book with our kids, something like that.
Absolutely, or not watch a TV show.
There you go.
Yep, make that time for the kids to have that reading time with them. Absolutely.
That's an investment in the child's future, which
You've got
is really
it.
important.
You've got it.
But what if a parent encounters that their child is starting a book and then they just get bored with it, they lose interest, or they don't want to get going in the first place? How does one handle that?
Sure, and that's, for a child to lose interest in one book, that's, common. We do the same thing. We might say, oh, we would like that book. Let's pick it up. You start getting into it and say, oh, I don't enjoy that as much anymore. So that will happen to some children too, and that's okay. The concern would be, though, if it continues to happen or they don't pick it up, like you said, they lose that interest. So there's two things we want to think about and look at. First of all, is it a skill for them that they're struggling with reading? Maybe it's a harder book, but they want to, enjoy it. So what parents can do is read the book to them so that they can experience that success and enjoyment with reading. So that will help them get more interested in other books as well, to hook them a little bit, I say, to help them. They can also listen to books through tape. so that they can do that too if it's a little more challenging or difficult
That's a great
for
idea
them
right
to
there.
do that.
Yeah.
Another thing we want to think about too is their motivation. Are they motivated to read? And to help support that is have conversations with your kids. What is it that you like to read? Is there a series that you enjoy? A lot of times once you get kids into a series, it hooks them and they want to read more. Is there a genre that they enjoy? Historical fiction or adventure or mystery? Also topics, reading lots of informational books too, and what topics do you enjoy reading about? It's important to have a variety of texts for kids, having them access to reading material and making it fun. So like even reading recipes and cooking together.
Yeah, that's ingenious.
Yep, or building something together and having to read the directions and talking about how to follow directions and reading that together as well. So we really want to instill that love for reading for children to make them lifelong learners to enjoy reading, and it will just help them, continue that love for reading and loving books.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here. In closing, what was one of your favorite books as a kid?
Yeah, I love the series, The Boxcar Children.
Oh, nice.
And
I read some of those a long time ago.
Yeah,
It was
and
so
Nancy
fun.
Drew. I enjoyed Nancy Drew as well.
Absolutely.
Yes. How about yourself?
Great. Nancy Drew was one of my favorites. I loved the Anne of Green Gables series. All of those were great. Yeah, wonderful. Well, thank you for being here.
You.
Hopefully it will
pleasure.
inspire some parents to get a little bit more involved to help their kids with reading.
Thank you.
Once again, everyone, we've been speaking with Kelly Lekas, reading consultant at Scotch Elementary School.
Thanks for watching a segment of The Splash. To catch the entire show or other segments, watch us on Comcast Channel 15 or AT&T Channel 99. Or look us up online at thesplash.tv and listen to us on WBLD 89.3, the all-new Lakes FM.